Welcome to the Tranquil Space Lab, our beautiful new space up on the 3rd floor. It's a really lovely, cozy little studio that's perfect for private sessions. If you've never had the chance to experience a private, really is a fabulous way to treat yourself. Private sessions are fabulous if you are brand new to yoga and have lots of individual questions you'd like answered before jumping into a class, or maybe while you're new to class, it's nice to be able to stop and ask the teacher questions, sort of one-on-one experience. It's also a fabulous way if you've got a really crazy schedule and you can't always make class when you want. If you can work individually with a teacher at a time that works best for you, it's a fabulous way to get your yoga in. Private sessions are also great if you are rehabbing from an injury or have something very specific that you want to modify for, and getting feedback and guidance and just having another set of eyes. When you're in a private session, you're the only student in the class. So the teacher can bring sort of all of his or her focus onto your practice and be able to point out little tiny things that you might not always pick up just on your own in a class. Subtle alignment of the knee, subtle lift of the heart, and it can make a total difference in your practice. So whether you're recovering from an injury or a special circumstance, or just want that kind of feedback on your practice, a private session is a fabulous way to do that. Sometimes people also work with privates if they want to work on a specific type of pose. So rather than do a full session like you might do in a class, you could use a private session to say, look, I really want to work on deepening my arm balancing practice, for example, or I really want to build some strength. How do I do that? And you and the teacher that you're working with would develop a specific plan, workshop things, and sometimes that's a nice way to complement your regular flow or vinyasa practice. When you're in a private session, all the adjustments are for you, so you can decide, how much you'd like to be adjusted or how little you'd like to be adjusted. You can go for deep adjustments, so you really get almost kind of like a massage as part of your practice, or you could really just sort of keep it simple, just straight alignment type of adjustments. You can decide how much relaxation, how much flow you want, and then of course there's always Shavasana at the end, which is a fabulous way to release your practice, to let go, and get a nice 5 minutes or so of relaxation. If you want it to be 10 minutes of relaxation, you can do that too, because it's your session and you're in charge. So if you're interested in treating yourself or someone you know to a private session, Sarah's going to give you the full scoop.
Now that you've heard all the great benefits to a private session, and Melissa gave you all that fantastic information, I'm going to help walk you through how to book a private here at the Tranquil Space locations. Even if you're interested in taking a private session at our Arlington location, it's best to give us a call here at the Tranquil Space DuPont location. So that number is 202-328-9642. And the other option would be to send us an email. So email for either location, again, would be info, at tranquilspace.com. And when you're reaching out to us, just a few things to keep in mind. One is your availability. What are you looking for in terms of day of the week, time, specific weekends, things like that. The broader options you can give us, the more likely we can find a match for you. So just keep that in mind when you're reaching out. If you do have limited availability, still worth a try, but just keep in mind that all this is dependent on whether we have teachers available to actually host your private. On top of that, we're going to look for information like, what are you looking for in your private session? Are you looking for just kind of a basic rundown of the fundamental poses, or are you interested in working more on arm balances or meditation perhaps, things like that. On top of that, we'll also need any sort of preferences you have in regards to a teacher. If there's a specific teacher you've worked with before that really resonates with you, great, we can start there and always broaden if we need to. If you don't really have a preference in terms of a specific teacher, you can also have a preference in terms of gender, so male, female. Otherwise, if you want to just open it up to everyone, we're happy to do that as well. So again, your information is date and time availability, what you're looking for in your session, how you want to focus it, and then if you've got any specific teacher requests. Another thing to kind of keep in mind is, because of our new fantastic Tranquil Space labs, studio here at the DuPont location. We've got a ton more availability on weeknights and weekends, which is, again, probably the prime time for these privates, and so we've got a ton more flexibility. The Arlington studio, because of the one studio space, it tends to be a little bit more difficult, but always worth a shot. So don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us an email either way, and let us know if you've got any questions. We're happy to help. We can walk you through the whole process, and we just look forward to giving you some more individual attention here at Tranquil Space.